Get inspired, stay inspired, where we get real about weight loss. Welcome back to Get Inspired, Stay Inspired. Coach Martha here from Inspire Weight Loss Davy, together with Dr. Marty Nalda from Inspire Weight Loss Lake Nona, and Dr. Donna Pontoriero from Inspire Weight Loss Nutley. I love saying your last name.
I know you do, and you do a good job at saying it.
Thank
So
you.
many
Thank you.
vowels.
Yeah, so many vowels.
I had to
Today
learn how to
we
spell that when I was 5, so
Oh yeah, I can imagine. Today we are going to give you 5 easy food swaps to maintain your weight loss and keep it off forever, hopefully. So number 1, swap out your fats. Swap out canola oil and vegetable oil to what, Donna?
well, I'll tell you what, those fats that you mentioned are what we call inflammatory fats. They cause inflammation in your body. Inflammation can actually cause your weight to slow down, can disrupt your metabolism. What are you going to swap them out with? Well, I'm Italian, so a staple in my house is pure olive oil. And when I say pure olive oil, there's mixes out there. So make sure that the olive oil that you're buying is pure. What other healthy fats can you swap it out with? Coconut oil. Coconut oil is fantastic. Avocado oil. A really good one to cook with is grapeseed oil. What we don't realize is that there's different oils to cook with. And a lot of the oils, the smoke point is very low. So if you're cooking with, let's say, vegetable oil, smoke point is low, it becomes rancid. And that can cause more inflammation in your body. Swap out these oils. It's an easy change, and it's something simple that you can do.
Yeah.
And it makes such a big difference.
This is what I tell clients. If it was cheap, there's a problem.
Yes.
If you're buying a gallon of olive oil and it's only $4.99, we have a problem.
It's not olive oil. Look at the label.
Look at the label.
Yeah,
because the key is pure.
Yes,
Pure.
and they have what they call blends, and that's with all the oils. Know what you put in your body.
Know what you put in your body. Absolutely. Yeah. Number 2, we have number 2. This is a big one, guys. Swap your processed sugars and artificial sugars with what, Dr. Marty?
Oh my goodness. And also things like honey and agave and all these, brown sugar, all of these things have super high glycemic indexes, which are going to spike up your blood sugar. And even if you're not sugar sensitive or pre-diabetic or type 1 or type 2 diabetic, anytime that you get a sugar spike, your body automatically quits burning fat. Automatically. Sometimes it takes 3 days to get back to normal. Sometimes it's faster. Sometimes it takes longer. So swap out anything that's going to give you a glycemic spike. You're going to swap that out for things like stevia, allulose. There's different blends, monk fruit. There's different products, different brands even that have different flavors. And sometimes you have to pick and choose and find one that you can live with the flavor of.
Yep, absolutely.
But that is one of the fastest, easiest ways to just cut down your caloric intake and your carb intake. And again, we went back to, you guys were talking about the oils and that it's more expensive and that some of these products just cost more money. And sometimes it does, but somebody told me this one once. It's like, you are what you eat. So don't be cheap, fast, or easy. So, one of these things, if it seems like it's, such a great deal because you could buy, the 5-pound bag for 99 cents, please check your ingredients. Make sure that you are getting a real healthy product that your body is going to metabolize properly.
Yeah. And even when you go to restaurants, I mean, everything has sugar. Sugar creeps up into everything. And sometimes on purpose, people put sugar in there because it makes you want to eat more of it.
Yeah.
It is okay for you to go to a restaurant and tell them, hold this sauce or the sauce or put this to the side, bring it, don't mix it with my foods. Make sure that you ask for substitutes or to ask to hold the sauce because it's your right to do that. And it's everywhere. Sugar is everywhere. So sugar is definitely a big, big thing. All right, number 3, diet foods, guys. I was telling Dr. Marty and Dr. Donna that now there's food labels that say food like product. Like it literally has those words, food like product. In the grocery store where you go buy your food, you can buy food like products. There's a lot of diet foods that are coming up, especially when, people are trying to eat healthier, but just because something says that it's healthier on the marketing, the branding, or the packaging of things doesn't necessarily mean that it's healthy. You have to read those ingredients. You will be surprised. Rule of thumb, if you can't pronounce most of the ingredients, there's a problem. And if there's more than like 5 ingredients, there is a problem as well, especially if it says food like product. I mean, we want to eat real food. We want to feed our body real food, not food like products.
Yeah, shop the outside of the grocery store, folks. That's one of the main rules that I tell people. Shop the outside, shop the perimeter, stay away from the aisles, because most of the stuff that is not good for you is going to be in there. And one of the big ones that I was telling you about is ketchup. Ketchup has so much sugar. You have more sugar in ketchup than in a donut. So be very aware of all the little ways that stuff is creeping into your diet that you're not even realizing.
If something can sit in your pantry for years because you survived the hurricane in Florida, and then, 5 years later, it's still there and it's not expired yet, there's a little bit of an issue. So yeah, read your labels. Frozen things are actually better than canned things. But make sure that you read. Take those extra seconds. It really does take seconds, especially when you get used to doing it, to really read. One of the biggest ones that I find here at our center is, cauliflower pizza, cauliflower this, cauliflower that. Just because the packaging says cauliflower doesn't mean it's healthy. You read the ingredients and now it has all cornstarch in there and all sorts of things that it completely kills.
Yep.
How healthy cauliflower
is like the 10th ingredient on the list.
Yeah. Yes.
Exactly. Oh, it's such a thing. All with all these keto things that are popping up, is just everywhere. So take the time to read. All right, number 4, which is hard for all of us because we're Cuban and Italian. So white rice, white flour products.
Wow. Dr. Marty says cauliflower can be anything you want. She's right. We all, like Dr. Marty and Coach Martha are in Florida. I'm in New Jersey. We have a lot of Italians in my area. Everybody's eating pasta and breads. I know bread is a universal thing. Everybody loves bread. But, there's a lot of things you can swap it out for. Cauliflower, rice, I think every culture eats rice. You could swap rice out for cauliflower rice. You could swap out white flour with almond flour. I mean, it's healthier for sure, and it's not going to spike your glucose levels, and it's not going to stall out your body burning fat as much as it is with the white flour. There's let's talk about the cauliflower rice. Cauliflower rice, you can make it as a stir fry. You can mash it and make it into mashed potatoes or mashed cauliflower. There's a lot of different swaps that you can do, which will make a difference. And seasoning, you could season it to your taste as well. Dr. Marty, since you think cauliflower rice is king, do you want to give us some suggestions?
You know what? It's not that I think cauliflower is king. It's just that when I discovered that I could still have a stir fry, but I don't have to have rice in it, or I could still make, I've seen Coach Martha's husband make some serious arroz con pollo with cauliflower. Paella, and I'm like mind blown, but it's all about how you season it.
Correct.
If you start with fresh cauliflower and you put it through the food processor yourself, it's not going to get as watery and mushy. It's going to hold texture better. You can make your own cauliflower crust for pizza. You just have to do it yourself, because most of the time you could bind it with like eggs and it will hold together really nicely, and it'll be nice and crispy for you, and it doesn't have all those extra ingredients. You
Right.
can mash it. If you're not on a losing phase, you can mash cauliflower, you could put butter, you can put chives, you can make it taste like something, which I think is the situation that most people think, like, it's not going to taste like anything. Well, it won't if you don't season it. You're right.
Yep.
You know, so use your herbs and spices to give that the flavor and the life that you want, so that you can enjoy what you're eating and still make healthy choices. And pasta, there's so many different things you could substitute for pasta,
Right.
and still put your good gravy on it, right? So pick and choose. You know, if you can substitute one thing out in a meal for something that's just substantially healthier, even you could still have the toppings that you want, like, you know, the cauliflower crust, or if you're having the heart of palm pasta with really good sauce or gravy, right? So
yep.
pick your battles there.
I have to tell you, you know, Sunday gravy is big in my area, and I swap out. Sometimes I swap out the pasta, and I'll use the hearts of palm pasta. It's pretty good, you know. So you won't know it until you try it.
Yep. And there's some people that have a lifestyle where they work out hard, and some carbs are good for them. And so even with that, like, for example, instead of white potato, sweet potato, you know, there's carbs, our bodies need carbs depending on what you're trying to accomplish in your life.
Yeah.
And so healthy carbs are healthy for us. They feed our bodies, but we have to go the healthy route. Yeah. So if you're somebody out there that is working out and needs these type of carbs, then swap out those junky carbs like the white potato, white flour pasta, you know, all of those to a healthier version like the sweet potatoes. There's also the garbanzo pastas out there that gives you some carbs. But it's way better than white flour, all those other things. Those are for people that are working out hard and they need those carbs in their
moving
system.
Their bodies.
Moving their bodies.
They're moving their bodies. All right, number 5, dairy products, cheeses, milks, all of those dairy products that are super inflammatory to most of our bodies. I read a study that said that 70% of our society has some type of food sensitivity to dairy products.
And that is one, if this is for the parents out there, if your kids have dark circles under their eyes and they are milk drinkers or cheese eaters, there is a really good chance that they are allergic to milk. If you have super dark circles under your eyes and you're getting enough rest, there is a good chance that that is the easiest allergy to kind of pick out, because, you know, it's evident in your face. And if you're not sure, maybe swap out that dairy product for an almond milk or a coconut milk alternative for a couple of weeks and see how your body responds. You know, does it taste exactly like milk? Well, no, it's not milk. But if we look and see that we're pretty much the only species that continues to drink milk past infancy, and not even from our own species, it might be something to consider that maybe this is not something for us to be consuming as a staple of our diet, which a lot of people include that dairy as a dietary staple. I have people that give their kids milk with every meal. And again, some people don't have that sensitivity, but the majority of us either have it early on or develop it at some time. It could be super inflammatory. So it's one of those things that could either keep you puffy or stall you out if you're trying to burn that fat.
Yeah, and that's also one of the things that you need to read the label, because there's a lot of alternatives that are popping out. You have the coconut milks, you have the almond milks, you have the oat milk, you have all of these other things, and they're not all necessarily good for you. You have to test them and read. Like, if you're trying to stay away from a high carb diet, oat milk is pretty high carbs.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot more people are switching to oat milk.
A lot of people are switching to oat milk. You have the soy milk as well, which is definitely not the best alternative. Yeah. For what reasons? For the hormonal reasons, right?
Yes.
Yep. It's an estrogen producer.
Yeah.
So especially men, you don't want it.
No.
Some women, if you are sensitive to estrogen, you do not want it. If you are in the process of losing weight and you're burning fat, fat holds estrogen and then releases it. So you definitely don't want more soy.
Yep.
You know, so there's a lot of situations where that's not beneficial. And, you know, like you said, the oat milk, although it is yummy, the carb count is insane on it. Because I picked it up. And, you know, and I was guilty of that. I picked it up and I put it in my coffee and I was like, oh my goodness, this is delicious. And then I read it. I was like,
Yeah.
And that was my carbs for the day.
Yeah. That's a whole other topic, is looking at the nutrition levels. Well, we're gonna have a whole
talk about
other,
that.
yeah, for sure.
Well, that's one of the reasons why clients come to us, because like I feel like every single day there's something new that comes out and there's a new trend, and now everybody's drinking this and everybody's eating that. And that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what you need to be drinking or eating.
Yeah.
And that's where we come in to help you figure that out, because there's so much stuff thrown at you. And if you Google something, then all your Facebook and Instagram are going to be sending all these ads to you, all these things that you need to eat and drink. You're like, where do I start?
Yeah.
What do I eat and drink?
And many people
like products.
Yeah,
It's like,
many people think they're eating healthy, and you know, it sounds healthy, but it's really not.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's so deceptive.
Yeah.
There's very deceptive. So that's where we come in to help you. So there you go, guys. 5 easy food swaps. Those are easy food swaps. Do it. Take action. Go for it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Run to your grocery store today and buy these things. Okay. If you have any more questions or any comments, please comment below. Subscribe to our channel. We are throwing out there videos every single week that hopefully will help you with your journey. Reach out to us. We are here to help you. Thank you, Dr. Marty. Thank you, Dr. Donna. Till next time. Get inspired, stay inspired. Subscribe to our channel. And for more information, go to Inspire Weight Loss.